So I don't know you, right? I've like been around you, and I just think you're great. You know, there's people that you meet, and immediately you're like, I love that person. I saw you. I was with my kids in Kansas City last week, and I saw you were on a billboard there. Yes. And I was like, get him, Tammie.
Yep.
And you know, there's so I think you're great.
Thank you.
There was like from a picture sometimes. I don't know. I think I'm kind of intuitive, right? Mm-hmm. But I think I look at your picture. I'm like, you're pretty, obviously, right? Like, there's a beautiful person.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I was like, man, this lady's nice and like, I don't know, like soulful or spiritual or whatever it is. But there's people that radiate energy, right? And I've always felt that way about you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. You know, that's so hard for me to sit. You know, when someone tells you great things or they say really nice things, it's so hard for me to sit, and I'm learning to do that. And because I think that that's the proper thing, that someone wants to take the time to say something nice to you, you should allow them to do so. Because usually I'm like,
I get
it. But thank you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I started doing something where I started going to counseling because I was like, man, like everybody in the world thinks. Not everybody. I'm sure there's some people that don't like me. Do you want some water or anything else to drink?
Nope.
Coffee. Got it.
Nope.
I started doing this thing where I say, I accept that. Like, so I would just say, there's all these people that tell me all these great things about me, and I tell myself all this crap about me.
Right. And
I started going to this counselor, and he was just like, look, I want you to, like, when somebody gives you a compliment, you write it down. So I have this phone full of compliments, right? He's like, at some point, you won't have to do this. But it was awkward for a while. I would have to say, I accept that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's what's up. Good.
Right.
Then we're growing and we're getting better every day.
Yes.
I like speaking on this microphone. I just got new mics for my show. And so it's like, I just want to do this. Hi. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling today?
This sounds good. This sounds a little better.
Hey. Testing. 1, 2.
It's like a little hug for your ears.
Yeah. It's great. Radio people do that. Just like waxing poetic and just saying extra stuff. You don't even have to say all that extra stuff. You just like the way you sound.
That's it.
Yeah, hi. Are those strange donuts? Did you bring donuts for us this morning?
I did. There's 12 different varieties in there. I made them with my own 2 hands.
All right, I'm gonna have at least one of them.
Excellent.
All right, cool.
So who are you?
I don't really know today.
Yeah.
At any given day, you can get any different kind of Tammie. On my way over here, I was thinking about how I have become a woman of age. So I'm getting older. And can I cuss?
You can say anything you want.
I'm a woman of age now, and I'm a morning shitter.
Okay.
And I want to be in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And the morning shitting is like throwing me off because I don't want to shit in front of somebody in the morning.
Close the door.
Am I doing too much? I think it's too much. Close the door.
You're good.
But no, I feel like I don't shit in relationships. I don't fart. I don't shit. I don't do any of that.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I think that farting is good. I think if a girl would fart in front of me, not like you're just ripping ass all the time. That's kind of gross. Like have like a little bit, like keep a little bit of like that door closed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where I'm still like
a little fantasy. Give me something.
Right.
Save something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't just throw it all out there up front.
Yeah.
But like I think that it's cool. Like if a girl won't eat at like on like
I'm an eater though. I'm an eater, but that of course after you eat it produces an outcome.
You're gonna poop.
Yeah.
I had a surgery. I was pooping. We were talking about pooping. Have you ever pooped your pants? When's the last time you pooped your pants?
Okay. I don't know if I should tell you this,
but
it was. But let's see. It was in the 90s, and I thought it was a shard.
Yeah.
And it was near Delmar Loop. I was on Delmar in U City. I remember exactly where I was, right at Delmar and Midland. I thought it was a shard.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a fart. And
it was a fart.
It was a shard. And I had to ride, all the way home, with that shard.
You were driving?
Yeah, I was driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raised up off the seat?
Uh-huh.
Or you settled into it?
No, I rode home like this.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I pooped myself a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I was in Utah, and I don't know what happened, whatever. I was just sitting there like on my phone. And it's gross. But I pooped, and it was like bad. And I was like, man, I sat for a second. I was like, dude, I'm 39. I was like, are you, this is where we're at, dude? You don't know when you're going to poop. You poop on your legs.
You didn't feel that? You didn't know you were going to go?
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
But so Tammie, multifaceted, single, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be in a relationship. You're pooping. Yeah.
You want to be in a relationship and you're pooping.
We got to cut the pooping out. Why do you think you're single, or what? Again, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're accomplished.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You seem caring.
I have been single since 2018, but I disconnected in 17. So I've been on my own.
You say single, like you were married?
Like I was in a relationship, like we were like cohabitating, like living together. And you know what was the beginning of the end for us?
What?
We moved. We lived in a place where I had my own bathroom. My daughter had her own bathroom. Everybody had their own bathroom. And then we moved into a place where I had to share a bathroom. And I think that was the beginning of the end for me.
Just Seriously. Not wanting to share your space?
No, I'm not that shallow, I swear. It was other things. But I was just, since we were talking about pooping, and I'm going to say poop because you said poop. But so I'll just keep that whole pooping thing going.
Keep it rolling.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so the spiritual part in me says this, and this is what I always tell single women, okay? God has a way of using us in our singleness that he can't use us when we are connected. So when you're married or when you're in a relationship, your energy is supposed to go towards the other person or nurturing or being a part of a collective.
Right.
But when you are alone, then you have the power and the ability to impact and to do other things. And so relationships have never worked out for me, and I believe that they've never worked out for me. It's because this who I am has nothing to do with me. I feel like I'm on a journey. And so what I do is, it looks silly, but I feel as though I'm on a mission. And I perhaps could not do my mission the way that I wanted to, or the way that I could, or the way that it should happen if I was locked up with somebody. Everybody that I tend to connect with, I don't know, it gets hard to understand. Like, this is my life. This is real life for me. And it's fun, yes, but this is what I do. And so sometimes it's hard for people who are outside of the business and outside of things that I do to understand that, hey, I'm on my phone all the time. I'm on social media all the time, but it's how I engage. It's how I connect with people. So I put a heart or a kiss emoji behind someone's, comment or something. I'm not trying to ask him to meet me in a DM.
Right.
I'm engaging and I'm connecting with people. So I think that for some people, that's hard for them to kind of like decipher or to separate from. And at this stage in the game, I swear to you, I'm not desperate. I'm okay. And I'm all right with it because I really enjoy my work and I enjoy, I enjoy what I do. And so relationships are like icing on the cake. So I can have icing on the donut.
Right.
I can eat a plain donut from Strange Donuts and be just fine. Okay, that's like the relationship. But if I put a little something, what you got on here today? Like if I put a little of that chocolate on there, or a little of that, I don't know if that's buttercream or whatever, but if I put that on there, oh gosh, it makes it just, it makes it so good. It makes it a little better. But I can do it without it, and that's how I feel about life.
I get that.
All right.
So do you think, so you're saying
What?
like jealousy from other people complicates it, or they're insecure, you think?
Yeah, sometimes, yes, their insecurities weigh heavily. And so I'm that one, I soak up energy, and so I'm a pleaser. And so I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. No, let me zip up. Let me zip up your jacket, and it gets old for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you feel drawn to do that?
Yeah,
I do. If people fall short, you want to make it up for them? I
feel like I have to, sometimes I have to lessen myself to make them feel big. And later for that, I'm tired of that.
I get that.
You come up and join me. It's fun.
Right.
It's fun here.
Yes. Like, what is it that I don't have, dimming my candle doesn't make yours burn brighter or vice versa.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
Man.
Right.
Are you like, are you afraid of being alone forever?
I used to be, but not anymore, because I know so many people in unhappy relationships, and they're like, girl, what'd you do today?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just woke up and I pooped, you know?
I just pooped.
And it was great.
Man.
I'm free. Yeah.
It's easy to think for real. Like, I'm in a situation right now, right? Like where we're splitting.
Sorry.
And it's horrible. And I like, you know, I think that like the people that you connect with in that way, like you're connected to forever.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that like you take pieces of them with you sometimes. Not sometimes, I think all the time.
Yeah, I have some memories and some aspects of relationships and people that I will carry with me. And then others, it's like, get your ass out. Get your ass, get out of here. Get your ass out of here. Why did you even speak to me in the first place?
You get mad at them or you get mad at yourself?
I don't get mad at all. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah, you just cut it off.
Yeah, it's over. It's like, you know, let's keep it moving. You know, I could die tomorrow. Let's just go. I'm not gonna drive by your house. I'm not gonna stalk you. Yeah, just go.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
I get that. It's easy to go. I mean, I think that like switch quick from like I was just always taught, or maybe I learned this. I don't know where I picked this up from. Honestly, I think for a long time it was like women mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? That was just because I was afraid. You know what I mean? And like stay safe. So you're like keep you at a distance, cut you off quick for nothing, right? And then I think it's like you get a little older, and there's like this dude told me, he was like a couple things. He was like, "You like steak, right, Jason?" I was like, "Yeah, I like steak." He's like, "Would you chew the steak and spit it out?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "The nourishment comes from taking it in." And he was like, "The way that you're in relationships, you're chewing steak and spitting it out, right? Because I'm like keeping people. I'm not letting like you make me better." And then other thing is like, act like you're in it till you're not, right?
Yeah. Well, I do that. I'm pretty good at that. Acting like I'm in it until I'm not.
Do you feel like, because I've thought, I'm like, man, have I like led people on in that way? Right? Like, is it fake to, because you start having like thoughts, right? Like,
Yeah.
man, I don't know. Does something big need to happen, do you think?
What's that song? Breaking up is hard to do. Breaking up is so hard to do. And there's so many things that go, not just your feelings and emotions. There's, you know, finances sometimes. There are pets. There are kids. You know, there's furniture. There's so many things that you have to think about. And so, yeah, sometimes you got to ride it out to think things through. Why was that so difficult?
I get it.
Yeah. Did I spit on you?
No, I think that was me. I think some coffee splashed my face.
Okay.
You can spit on me though if you want.
I don't. I'm vaccinated.
Okay, do it. Go for it. Do you know what's funny? I thought about the other day. Have you ever thought about like why do we kiss?
Yeah, like at this stage in the game, I'm going to tell you something. So I have followed this whole pandemic thing like to the letter, and I'm going to be really, really candid.
Do it, please.
So it's like I couldn't really get myself to that point. Okay, it's been really, really difficult because it's like I'm all freaked out about germs, right? And so now I'm vaccinated. You know, it's like, hey, where's the party?
Yeah.
But I'm still like, ooh, do I want to kiss now? Do I want to do that? But I guess if I'm vaccinated, I mean, nothing can happen.
Right.
I don't know. I'm weird about that.
About kissing?
I've always been like not a real big kisser.
It's like I was thinking about this the other night, just kind of tripping out. Kissing makes no sense.
To you, why?
Like, as a species, right? I was thinking, I was like, okay, dude, if you're like having sex, your mouth is right there, right? So maybe it's just because there's something there. But I really thought, I was like, man, maybe like as a species, we like your germs make me healthier. Probably the best, dirtiest way to pass germs is to kiss. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I make donuts. But I was thinking about that.
You are a scientist. What are you talking about? Your donuts are like, what are you saying you're not a scientist?
Come on. I'm saying I don't know anything about that stuff.
That's how I connected with you. I connected with you because I went through this bacon phase.
Okay.
And when you first opened, you had this donut, and everybody was talking about the donut with the bacon on it. And so I go over to get the donut with the bacon on it.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
I remember you coming in. When did you have short hair last?
So I've been rocking these braids for a year now. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah. I remember you coming in with the
real show.
Yeah.
I mean, really short.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever do that again.
Really? I love it.
Thank you so much.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I just
it's easy though.
Yeah. I think pretty girls with shaved heads is like the prettiest thing. I'm telling you, like bald head.
Send it back to me. Send it back. Send it back. Bam, bam, bam. Send it back.
But it's whatever. But like, I remember I was like flirting with you heavy. You came in, I was like, hey.
And I didn't even know that you were flirting with me. I'm so dumb at that.
Dude, I'm just a flirtatious person. You talk about the other day, I sent somebody back kissy faces through the strange donut. Like, girls will send stuff to me through strange donuts, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not like looking for that. I didn't solicit that. I'm not asking for that. I'm definitely not sending anything.
They like the donuts, don't they?
I guess.
Yeah, baby.
They like Jason. I was like, I'm definitely not sending anything back. But I sent like kissy. I think that like sometimes the way I talk to people, I like people. I like to get to know people quick. May 6th.
Shut up. I'm May 20th.
Taurus.
All day, every day. My best.
Bulls.
Yeah, in my St. Louis vernacular. Every day.
Every day. Speaking of St. what do you think of St. Louis? We're doing good. We're doing bad. What's up?
You know what? Obviously, we have a new mayor, and I am looking forward to her leadership and looking forward to her being a mayor of inclusion. And
what do you mean by that?
That St. Louis is about more than big business and about more than protecting the interest of humongous corporations and those with deep pockets. And I think that in the past we have been a city that I think that perhaps some of our interests have not been placed completely on the needs of the people. Okay? So I'm hoping that
specific people or just residents of St. Louis?
I think the underserved, African Americans within the community, our homeless community, and this is a town that racism is alive and well, but also classism. So if you're broke, if you're black, if you're gay, it can be a tough place. But I followed both Kara Spencer, I followed Tashara, obviously, and I'm happy about the outcome of the election, and I hope that Tashara is able to come in and make some positive changes. It's frustrating here. I love this town, and I never like to really talk negatively about it because I just love St. Louis so much. People think it's a shtick, but I've traveled all over the globe, but this is home. Home should always be like, it's the best. Yeah, I love this town, and I am a forever optimist, rose-colored glasses type chick. I like to see the good in people. I like to see the good in situations. I like to find the good. So I always still, in the midst of all of its sham and drudgery, and of course we've got lots of it here, that I always try to find the good, because there is a lot of good here. There are a lot of great people. There's a lot of great businesses. There are a lot of great organizations that do great things for people. We just need people in powerful positions that can be of help to everybody. So that's me.
Do you think I've started definitely over the past few years? I remember when Obama got elected. I just always got emotional. I cried, and I was like, things are going to be different. And I was young. I was really young, and I really thought they change things, right? When they shouldn't, and they don't, and I don't think they can. I think it's up to me, it's up to you, right? And I was like, those people have fake power almost. That's how I started, and it's not like a slam on them, or I started realizing how much we can do.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so true.
And instead of waiting, leading.
That's so true.
And I don't know.
But we do need, the whole song, let peace begin with me, let it begin with me. But at the same time, we do need effective leadership that will work with us and help us as we work to help ourselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm with you. I do.
For the people in the back.
I'm just getting used to this.
Yes.
Right. You couldn't. You could poop with the door open with me. Yeah,
I would never.
I would love you.
I would never poop with the door open.
I appreciate
that. Unless it was a shard situation, we were in the car, and I just had to get there real fast.
Just know if this works out between me and you, okay, that you can feel comfortable doing that, but I respect that you wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm, I wouldn't.
All right.
I wouldn't. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Dude, go ahead.
You know what's really interesting about St. Louis, going back to St. Louis, is that I do a lot of traveling in the state. You know, my work with Brown and Crouppen has me in Kansas City a lot. Mm-hmm. And Kansas City has become like my second home. And I really, really, really love Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And there are times in which I feel like I'm cheating on St. Louis because I feel like at some times that Kansas City is somewhat of a superior city.
In what way?
I like the mayor. Mm-hmm. I find that he is very progressive and open. The arts community in Kansas City is just beautiful. The vegan community it's just like, I don't know. Maybe because it's all new to me and I'm discovering it. But I just think that it's a really, really great town. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've thought, so I travel a bunch. I was just in Omaha, Nebraska, and I go there every year. My grandparents live there. And like every year I go back, there's like, tens of thousands of new homes and stuff developing and new stuff all the time, and it's a way smaller city than St. Louis, and I go to Kansas City a bunch. Maybe we'll end up doing something there. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, this has been my feeling, tell me if you think this is right. In St. Louis, you have to ask for permission from so many people, and they say no, and then you fight it. In other cities, you propose something, and they say, how can we make that work?
Yeah, I have never had to ask for anything in Kansas City, but I watch Quentin Lucas very closely. Mm-hmm. I follow everything, his tweets, his Facebook, the news, and I like the way he engages with his constituents. I like the way that he is open. So I would imagine that if those questions were perhaps or situations in KC, that maybe it would be different. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but yeah, I could see that. It's a lot of haters.
Yeah,
you got the haters. So you make a strange donuts, and so now you got somebody down the block, and they want to make a stranger donut because you're a hater.
Yeah. I don't even care, dude. If there's not people hating you, you're doing something wrong.
That's so true. Imitation of sometimes it gets, I don't know, it gets irritating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're a public figure.
Yeah.
People take shots at you?
Yeah, just yesterday I had a really good one. So I posted a video of the St. Louis Auto Show was going on downtown. And so there were some race cars, and they were like doing donuts in the street down on Cole. And so I hopped out of the car and I got some video and I posted it on my Insta, and this guy was really impressed with it. What time does it start? And I said, listen, lady, is what I said. I'm like, not lady. I said, girl, if you don't Google that thing, I'm at home. I'm drinking right now.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not an organizer. I just, came up on this and I took a picture of it. And so he was like, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, I'm a man. And I said, listen, change your handle, Ann, because you look like I don't know. I don't know these things.
Right.
I don't know you from. I'm sorry that you're offended, but I couldn't tell that you were a man, okay? Mm-hmm. Change your handle, change your little emoji, your little face or whatever. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, people come for me a lot. But not as much as maybe if I were a more like controversial type person. If I always had I don't know, people are good to me in this town.
Yeah.
And really sweet. Because I could look really, really good in the streets. or I could look really homeless. You know, and people don't drag me.
I get it.
People don't drag me. People are really like they're nice to me, and I think that's one of the reasons why maybe I've had success, or the success that I've had in this town is because I have genuine love, and it's because I show genuine love back.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what
but
it is.
But you can't give yourself like I was thinking about the paradox of this show. Is that like I was like, I'll talk about super personal stuff, whatever. And I think it's things that like maybe people don't talk about or could be affected by, and maybe I could be like an example of, right? That like, hey, these things can happen, molestation or whatever, like deep personal stuff. And I was thinking about like the paradox of that is like, guard your energy. You know what I mean? Don't give everybody access to you. But in giving those things, I think like that's the only things we have to give is my experience.
So I can completely understand that. Over the years, obviously, I have shared a lot of myself. I had my daughter on the radio, for crying out loud. I literally was in labor and delivery. I was in the room and I was doing call-ins from my bed. I was having contractions, and then when I couldn't anymore, my sister would do the call. My sister did the call-in for me, and she says, "Okay, enough is enough. She can't talk anymore."
You did that to get views, to shock, for what?
So I have a really odd work ethic. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Or was it the hustle?
All I do is work. And so at that point, I think I felt badly that I was giving birth because I was missing work. That's just the kind of person that I am.
I get it.
And I also had a huge citywide baby shower that had been scheduled for me.
Citywide beer by forehand?
Now, if citywide, if I get pregnant, and it won't happen, okay? But if I get pregnant, yeah, throw me a
Citywide
baby
beer.
shower. Throw me a baby shower. But no, I had this baby shower planned, and I think that I felt badly, and I didn't want the people to think that I was lying, that I wasn't going to show up because, you know, I had this baby. But yeah, I don't know. That's a really weird thing, like why I chose to do that. But I did it because we had all been connected, and I had been through this whole 9 months with, you know, all of these thousands of friends and family that would connect with me every day on the radio. And it's like, all right, here we go, guys. It's time. And so it was an interesting occasion, I should say that. Pretty special, but kind of weird for my daughter, though, because at this point now, you know, people are saying, "Oh, I remember when you were born," and they really do remember when you were born because they were there.
Wow.
I think she loves it and hates it all at the same time.
I was gonna say that respect. Everywhere I go,
I get on her nerves.
just
I think that sometimes she thinks that I'm cool. Like if her friends think, like her friends are like, "Ooh, Tammie Hunt's your mom," you know, and she's like, "Yeah." But then I think there are other times, and she's like, "Oh, whatever." Like she's the one. If we're out and somebody's like, "Oh, can we get a picture?" She's the one that has to take the picture. She gets mad.
Yeah.
She gets mad at that. So I don't know. She's my ride or die.
Do you introduce her? Like, do you feel like you need to boost her up? Like when people come over to say, "Can I get a photo?"
But they know her though.
Got
Like
it.
in St. Louis, everybody knows. They know Meadow, and the people who obviously spent time with me on the radio and they listen.
Right.
Yeah, they know her. But no, I no, not really. I don't. Like, hey, this is Meadow.
Got it.
I don't know.
I always feel like I need to do that with people around me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
It's crazy to me that people think I'm important still, right? Like, I'm like, man, this is weird that people like recognize me and get photos with me and are like, tell me great things and send me cards and all this stuff, right? And whenever I'm like around other people, I'm like, I get almost embarrassed by it, right? And I'm like, no, let me like boost you up or like maybe reflect some of it.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
That's so mean. Modesty is a beautiful thing, but sometimes, I don't know, go ahead and get your flowers.
I thought,
Take 'em.
right.
Take
I feel like I'm like growing into that. Like, you know what, dude? Like, what does it do? This is like a recent thing that I've seen reposted, and I think you already made mention to it. Like, why dumb myself down?
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Live your life. Do it, you know?
What do you think?
Yeah.
You got questions for me?
Do I have
You can ask me anything as personal as you want. And then I just got a couple questions with you, and I think that we'll.
I don't know how personal that I want to get with you. I want to tell you right now. Can I tell you what's really fine? What I think that makes you like so fine?
What's up?
You have beautiful lips and a great cleft in your chin.
Oh, well, thank you.
So you were talking about kissing, and so when you were talking about kissing, I'm like going, well,
you're thinking about kissing me?
He's got good lips. You've got good lips, like that top lip of yours. You got a real good top lip.
You want to give me a kiss?
I don't know. You want a kiss? I got this lip gloss on.
Let's get a kiss.
Okay, come on. Don't talk about what's in my cup.
I will never.
Did you get it?
It's our secret.
So it's coffee. You know, a little something in the morning.
Right on.
Yeah, I just kissed you. Hey, everybody, we just kissed, and you've got good lips.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I used to be embarrassed of this.
Why? Because they say you had a butt chin.
Right. I would, as soon as I could grow facial hair, I covered it up, and then I remember shaving and like this girl sitting next to me staring at me, and I knew her forever, and I was like, what are you staring? I started getting. I was like, "What are you staring at?" She's like, "I never knew that you look like that. You're a beautiful man." And I was like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Yeah, that's good. So, what's it like for you now? Like this whole road, this new journey of being kind of like it's kind of like recreating yourself, sort of. You know, when you've been attached for so long, and then you move into a different. It's weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's crazy. It's sad. It's terrifying. You know, I mean, I've been like this past few months has been like you're talking about with a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I wasn't talking about like your flower distributor.
Right.
Yeah.
The saddest, numbest, most afraid that I've ever been in my life, probably. Right? Like,
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Like, it's real. And like am I doing the right thing? What could I have done better? What could I have done different? You know, it's just nonstop. And then I have 2 young kids that I love.
How old?
4 and 5.
Oh yeah,
right.
They're little.
And they're beautiful, and they I love them so much, and I feel like I have a new primary purpose. Right? Like you made mention of something earlier, and you were talking about like when you're in a relationship, you serve that relationship. Right? And when that's not happening, I feel like you're like, all right, what do I do to make that different? Because I'm 100% of this relationship. That's how I've always thought is like, we're 100, not 50-50, right? Like, if we're in this thing, I'm going to take care of you. Right. And then when like, when that ended, it was like kind of out of nowhere that I feel like I have this new primary purpose. I have these things written in my phone where I make lists and write letters to my kids of things that I want to teach them. And as I'm writing them these things, I'm thinking, man, those are really lessons for me. You know? You
know what, Jason, that I think about? My mom and dad divorced when I was 11 months old. And I think about who my mother was and who my father was and who perhaps I could have become had they stayed together in a relationship. And I think that they did and made the right decision for my sister and myself, because I don't know that where they were in life could have created and made me who I am right now today. I think them separating was, not to say it was the greatest thing. You know, obviously, I mean, I have all those things like what if, but
it is what it is.
It is.
They both loved you, right? Yeah. And that's what I was like, man, that's what you get, like, I don't know. Yeah. You got a daughter, you know what it is. You're like, man, they're going to be taken care of. Yeah.
And then here goes the cycle, and then here I am. I'm a single mom, but I've always been a single mom. I've always been a single mom. Tried it, but it didn't work out. Yeah. I have really I like who I like, and I love what I love, and I do whatever I feel like doing, and I did with her dad. Right. And I made a really great looking kid. She's beautiful, and I love it.
Right on.
But it was something. Yeah.
We're getting a little bit long, right? Okay, I wanted to kind of keep these tight.
Okay, come on.
But the if you could answer quick, what scariest you've ever been, and when was it?
The scariest, when my father died. My father died, I think it's been about it's almost going on 2 years, and I watched him die. And he was on morphine.
Watched him pass?
Yeah,
okay.
like sat there with him.
Yeah.
And he was on morphine, and morphine makes you like wacka, 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 wacka. And so watching him transition was like, ooh, it's like if I can undo all of that and if I can unsee that, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably like some really, really scary stuff for me.
Got it. Happiest you ever been?
Who?
Happiest.
Oh, man, I'm happy all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm happy every day. Swear to you, I find joy in the simplest things. It sounds like complete BS, but I mean it. I find joy in all things. So I'm happy. I don't know. Everything makes, I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just find it every day. Find the happiness. Right on. Is there anything, what can we do in St. Louis to be better?
Stick together. Stay together. Stick together, stay together. And those who have power, work to create opportunities for those who don't. I think about North St. Louis and how North St. Louis, there are in many aspects or many areas, I should say, of North St. Louis that are ultimate food deserts, or the neighborhoods are dilapidated and the buildings are all jacked up. And, you know, it's like, yeah, let's find a way to make things better without gentrifying, because we don't want to take away from people. I do like the fact that people should. I love people. I love all people. You know, and we should all live and work together. But I don't like people taking stuff from people. So to find a way to make North St. Louis great and allow the people to be empowered in the moment so that they can be a part of what is becoming great. I think that's important.
Well,
yeah.
man, I want to comment on that.
You do?
This is my show. Whatever. I can do whatever we want.
Yeah, the hell.
We're looking right now at North St. Louis, right?
I'm so happy to hear
about
that.
opening a store there. I'm in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and I have friends on the north side. I grew up not far from there.
Beautiful.
And and I just, like, from a businessman standpoint, I'm like business owners look at price per square foot for rent. They look at traffic counts. They look at walkability, and I'm like, holy shit, this is all here. There are tons of people, and they have nowhere to go, right? And I'm like, not how you come in and scoop up that money, but like, how can we add? What can we do? Can I, like, and I'm working with some people right now. Like, I'd like to have minority ownership of these stores over there, right? And then also I'm like, hey, businesses, like, there's tons of cool historical buildings.
Beautiful
buildings.
Beautiful.
Tons of people that have money you can make and serve the community back, right? 2, there's, you know, I'm not going to say exactly where my little brother lives, but there's trashed houses and grass that's 4 foot tall. You know what I mean? Businesses in California own his block, right? And I'm like, dude, cut this grass and send him a bill, right? And I'm like, I think about how we, not just like how we give away our things, right? I think that World's Fair Donuts, for instance, right? That's a valuable piece of real estate. So
valuable.
Right? And I was like, it was going to get turned into some bullshit. I didn't have the money to buy it. I went and borrowed the money, and I was like, dude, not on my watch, right? Like, we're not giving that away.
Jason, that was so huge. I just want to tell you that. It was huge.
Do
that again.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Dude, you know what? I'm going to say one more thing. We're talking about inclusion and race, and I think this, and this is how I think. I've traveled a bunch, right? Like, I like went a lot in South America, all over. I went to school in China, and it would be funny, like, once you're like plugged in a little bit and you see like racism, and this is going to sound bigoted when I say it, but I hope you understand it. Like, they're like those people over there, right? Like, and I'm like, man, you guys like are all the same person to me.
Yeah.
Right? You're all like Chinese, or you're all Chilean or Venezuelan, you know what I mean? And I think about how if you like zoomed out, how we fight. I don't think I do. I don't think there's friction definitely in St. Louis, right? Because of class, because of race. You talked about that. But I'm like, man, does somebody up here we're all the same.
Yeah, we are all the same. Your lips feel just like any other, like, those are the same lips. I mean, they're lips, okay? They're
right.
lips.
We all love each other. It's good.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, and I want to say that you bring me joy. You on that donut, like Becky from the carpet, Becky, oh, gosh.
Thank you.
Stay creative and stay strange.
I appreciate it.
You know what? I spent so many years trying to be a conformist because I worked in a radio setting that was really corporate. And in that corporate setting, I could not be completely who I wanted to be. And so for years and years and years, I had to curb sort of my personality, okay? But that's not what people wanted from me. That's not who I was, and it didn't make me happy. Stay strange.
There you go.
Stay strange and stay yourself, because we only have one life to live. And if you try to do something else, you're doing wrong, and you're not serving yourself. And to me, you're not serving God, because God made you strange.
Period.
For a reason.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
And thanks for kissing me. It was like my first one in a really long time, and it was really great. And I thank you. Can I take the donuts with me?
You may.
All right. Just one box.
Get him.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tammie, Holland, everybody.
Thank you.